I'll go first. I'm James Sherrod. I'm an owner and stylist at the First Ward. And I don't know what else to say for my intro. What else do I say? Let's see. I'm James Sherrod. I'm an owner and stylist here at the First Ward. And that kind of entails a lot more than just doing hair. I'm the receptionist. I'm the assistant. I clean the joint. You name it. If it has to get done, I'm the guy that does it.
I'm Jessica Bond. I do hair. The first memory I have of doing hair was on my grandfather when I was 2.5 or 3. And he had about 3 hairs on top. And I would just stand back there and put rubber bands in them. Like, I was obsessed with playing with his hair.
Jessica and I had been dating about, I guess, 2.5, 3 years. And I was bartending. And so my days were free. I would wake up late because I'd get home late. And at the time we had a white German Shepherd, and I would walk her around the corner to Jessica's salon just to say hello. I'd bring Jess lunch or something. And I'd walk in and she'd be there, beautiful client in her chair, music going, they're having wine. It's like 1 in the afternoon, and I'm like, well, I want this job.
I am obsessive about my craft, and there was no amount of education that I could get traveling around that taught me what I really wanted to know, which was my inspiration comes from magazines and musicians and, you know, just more of the fashion world. Not necessarily the hairdressing industry side of it. I knew that I needed to go where they were creating these looks.
We decided to move to New York, and then through some circumstances, through some friends, we got an extra room up in Harlem. That was our first place. And I immediately enrolled in school down in Tribeca. That's kind of what got the ball rolling, basically.
Austin was where I was living when James and I started dating, and we had very fond memories of that place. So we decided to move there. And to help us with that transition, we were just going to come back here and work every 6 weeks and see some clients and really tried to build a life down there. Where we started just spending a weekend here every 6 weeks, it quickly became 10 days, and then half of our time was spent here. And it took a little while for us to realize that it was going to be Tulsa that we were ending up, you know. It really was the space here that brought us back. I love doing hair, but I don't necessarily love busy salons. I like a more intimate experience. I wanted them to feel like they were coming to my home and just hanging out. And a byproduct of that was that you would get your hair done. You would leave feeling great.
I had a haircut coming in. This is the afternoon, right? It's like the music's going. We had a bride and her friend here, so Jessica's styling a bride. We've got the champagne out. So the girls are doing makeup and doing their girly thing. I've got a really awesome client that came in and I'm cutting his hair at the same time. And then friends come up the stairs to say, hey, and it's like, this is what we were building.
And that we've been able to create an atmosphere where friends don't call to ask if we're busy. They feel comfortable enough to just stop by and hang out.
Yeah.
You know, our friends, they stopped by and they saw that we were both like very busy.
Yeah.
And we don't have time to chit chat, but they're comfortable enough in the space to make themselves at home and have a seat and stay a while.
Exactly. And that's, from the very beginning, that's what we wanted to do.
I think Tulsa lets us live the lifestyle that we have been craving and that we have been searching for.
You have to have some sort of drive, like internal drive. Whereas in a bigger city, sometimes you get caught up in the momentum of that and it can beat you down. Here it's like, yeah, I'm excited about my work. I know what I want to do. And I can do that at my speed and still hang out with my friends. Where do you think Tulsa's going?
I think that we're getting ready to enter a phase where we will become, as a city, more quality driven. We had such a void to fill with just opening basic businesses. We needed restaurants, we needed retail, we need, and I think someone's building a grocery store. You know, we needed that infrastructure. And so I think the best way to go about it was to just start kind of plugging in those businesses. And now I think that we're kind of exiting that phase, and now we're going to start seeing people step up their standards. And I think that's great for us, and not a competitive, in a bad way, but competitive way that makes us all elevate our services that we're offering.
Tulsa's a big town, but to be honest, we kind of stay in our neighborhood, you know? You find your niche, and then you want to grow that thing. Like that's, when I talk about what's special in Tulsa, that's what it is. It's like finding that neighborhood and making that special. We found it, and there's some bits and pieces happening. So I think that the next thing is that we see quality shoot up, because people want it. Like we see that people want it. They talk about it all the time. They come in here and ask us where we go, what we do, and then the next thing you know, you're talking about your favorite restaurant or your favorite cocktail bar or whatever. So you see that the demand is there, so it's just up to young people that know what's up to come and make it happen.
Sometimes.